Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Rose Simpson. I'm a librarian at the New Haven Free Public Library, and welcome to Nadine Nelson, our CIR, who's running office hours right now. Nadine, could you tell us about yourself and what you're doing today?
Hi. So I'm Nadine Nelson. I am the creative in residence, and I'm in the library. I'm in the Orchid Cafe. We're supposed to be outside, and it's really hot, and so I didn't want my electronic devices to overheat. So I came inside. Um, Today, I'm going to be making some jewelry for um, event that we have later on in the month at the Party, Pardee Morris House. It is run by the New Haven Museum, and it is a historical house that is by Lighthouse over there in Eastern Shore. I believe that's Morris Cove. They call that neighborhood in New Haven. So it's by the water. It's a really nice property. It's very pastoral, so um, it has a really big yard, and it has a historical um, gardens. And so my friend Julia Gambale is going to be talking about the herbs and different vegetables that she tends to. And I am going to be talking about how to have a picnic. And we're doing a cottagecore um, kind of decor and also with fashion. And so cottagecore is kind of like Victorian and very feminine, hyper feminine. And it's going to be a fun event. The Notorious PIC is going to be there to be able to take pictures. They're going to have lawn games out. And I will show you how to make a scrumptious picnic. And Julia will talk about the different plants and tending to the garden. And you'll be able to enjoy the space. And so cottagecore, as I said, is like very feminine. So I'm coming up with some jewelry. I'm probably going to wear all white. And so I'm coming up with some jewelry that I'm going to make. I'm doing that because oftentimes I have a lot of projects that I don't finish. And over 2 hours, I want to see how many things I can make that were kind of ostentatious, because I like big jewelry, kind of like Iris Apfel, who is an artist and you know, fashion trendsetter that wore really big kind of jewelry and statement pieces. And so that's probably what I'm going to be going for. I have a lot of different, I have a lot of different beads. They're all kind of white. I'm going to break this apart. It's a necklace that has kind of broken apart itself, and mix and match the pearls with all these different beads that are either clear or they're clear. Do you see that, Rose?
Kind of.
Clear. Yeah, clear or white. And so I've gotten these beads from several places. Echo Works. There's a place, Echo Works is in North Haven. It used to be in New Haven. And they get things from, jewelry shops that have gone out of business, all kind of stuff, and they sell them at a very discounted rate. It is open for everyone, but lots of teachers and artists go there. The New York equivalent is called Material for the Arts. And Material for the Arts, all their stuff is free, and it's run, I think, by the Department of Sanitation, if I'm not mistaken. And people donate different stuff to these places because obviously it's a tax write-off, and then it doesn't end up in compost or a trash dump. That most things end up in the earth. So they're really great resources for artists and teachers and people who do like activities with kids and stuff like that. So materials for the arts, you have to be associated with an organization in order to go. And I just did something for a gallery called Flux Factory. And so I was able to get some extra things for myself. Here are some other beads.
My mom also used to take apart old jewelry and like make new stuff out of it. And she used to get a lot of stuff from Free Cycle.
Yeah. Do they still have Free Cycle?
Good question. I'll look that up.
So I wish I had a tray. I'm gonna see if I can get a tray. And then I have these. So I'm gonna make a bunch of different strands that will all go together, and look like really kind of interesting. So I'm going to start.
Yeah, Free Cycle is still going. And if anyone hasn't heard of that, it's like people have stuff they want to like donate to other people. So they offer it on this website and then you can just pick it up for free. So
Yep.
you can sort by like items you're looking for. You can sort by town to browse what people have got.
And on Facebook, there is the free and like, I don't know, trade or what they call it, but free. People post stuff and that they're throwing away, and you just go on and you comment and you see if you want it. Some people, they just choose from a hat. Some people, it's like the first person that you get something. So I got a lot of different art supplies from there also. So I try and be sustainable because, look at these beautiful, beads. Like, why go to a brand new bead shop when you can get these for free or almost free? What I was going to start with today is that one of the things that working with my clients, and I'll talk about, like this yesterday, one of my clients that I've been working with over maybe like the last 2 months, they finally got their website together and it's almost ready to launch their DJ. And it was really nice to see like pushing them to talk about themselves. Like, a lot of people don't like to talk about themselves. I don't like to talk about myself either. But in business, you have to sell yourself and you have to sell like your strengths. And so it was really nice to see they came up with a really good about me, their history, why they like music, why, like their purpose. Because no matter what you do, like I teach cooking classes, like what is their purpose? What is your benefit? Like, so for them, they love music and they want to share the music that they love, and, music, they said like, they want to inspire people's mind, body, and soul, and so like that's their purpose. And you can see in their website, they've done a really great job. They've contracted out to a web designer. You can go on there, you can listen to the music. They have their playlists, they have like videos. So it's really highly functional. But one of the things is like talking to this person, it's like, being able to feel comfortable about talking about yourself. And then also sharing your passion and being succinct about that. And, like you can take a business planning class, and I highly recommend doing that. But also some of the time that I'm in the wrong place. I'm trying to find something right here. Some of the time that people take for granted, even when people are doing, they run programs to prepare business people or entrepreneurs, is like your mindset. And it's hard when like, like for myself, I'm an artist. I just started calling myself an artist when I was 40, and I've always done art. I've always written. I was a poet in high school. I wrote plays, I directed plays, all that kind of stuff. But I only started calling myself an artist in my 40s, and it's because like the conditioning and the limited beliefs that have come from my family that also supported me in being an artist, but had this narrative that artists cannot make money, or maybe it's something that's frivolous, and that can get into your mindset, like when you're applying for a grant and you're trying to put yourself out there. So doing a business plan is necessary, but also making sure that you're embodied in how you want to feel when you're successful, because a lot of people have imposter syndrome, and you don't want to before you feel like I'm about to launch a camp. And so there's a lot of fear and apprehension, especially doing it in a different place that I haven't really worked in, Fairfield County. However, you have to embody how you want to feel before you're in the middle of your success. If you don't feel that, if you're bringing negative energy, if you don't bring faith, you don't bring hope, you don't bring joy to your projects, and that comes from a sense of not having self-doubt, believing yourself. You have to work on that. And so one of the ways you can work on that is through affirmations. And so I'm going to do like a set of affirmations. One are artist affirmations as I start making a necklace. And I knew that maybe some people would not come. So I said, all right, I'm committing to at least doing an hour and a half talking straight. So I have to have things to be able to talk about. And even though I don't really like talking to myself, I'm going to talk and do things that are going to be helpful in case anyone comes and watches this. All right, so artist affirmations, I'm using the app Insight Timer, which is a great app. It's free, and there is a paid version. Some people like Calm. There's so many different, you can just go on YouTube and Google whatever you want to affirm. And the reason why I like to work with affirmations is because you're saying things in the present, and you're getting your body and yourself ready for those things that you want. And then if you really put your energy into it and really personify what the affirmation is, that is even more helpful in helping you feel and embody how you want to feel for whatever goal or dream that you have. All right. And so this is by Sydney White. And so I'll just be saying them. And so if you're with me, you could be saying them too.
Get comfortable. At first, just listen. Let the words wash over you.
Can you hear it, Rose?
You are
Not very
creative.
clearly.
You are ingenious.
So she's saying them to me, and then I'll say them afterwards.
You are clever. You are innovative. You are gifted.
I'm going to start doing
You are original.
a strand of jewelry.
Inventive. You are brilliant. You are visionary. You are prolific. You are valued. You are valuable. You and your art are needed in this world. Now repeat after me. I am creative.
I am creative.
I am ingenious.
I am ingenious.
I am talented.
I am talented.
I am clever.
I am clever.
I am innovative.
I am innovative.
I am gifted.
I am gifted.
I am original.
I am original. I am inventive.
Brilliant.
I'm brilliant. I'm visionary.
Prolific.
I am prolific. I am valued.
I am valuable.
I am valuable.
My work and I are needed in this world.
My work and I are needed in this world.
Thank you for creating Namaste.
Thank you for creating
and
Namaste
Asante Sana.
and Asante Sana. Excuse me. So a lot of those affirmations had to do with like limiting, limiting beliefs. And many times, like in order to achieve our goals, we have to get rid of some limiting beliefs that we might have. So I am starting. I have, what do they call it? A lobster class for the ending. And then I have a crimp right here. I'm going to squeeze that down. I should have brought this a little closer, but that's fine. And then we'll see how long I want this. And then I forgot my cutter, of course. I think I can use this. So then I have this long piece, and then I'm just gonna start beating. So some of the limiting beliefs that I've been thinking that I have definitely gotten over is the whole notion that you have to be a starving artist. And so like words are very important. And I tell people this all the time because the way they talk to themselves, they can be very hard on themselves. And you can hear when a lot of people are being highly critical of themselves, their parents that are talking. And so, but they've been kind of critical, their parents have been critical of them, or even their teachers or someone that they cared about. So it's really important that if you have that kind of self-talk, that you get rid of it. Because the way that you talk to yourself is the way you can draw that energy to you. So I'm just doing these white, simple white beads for right now. Also, one of the limiting beliefs was that, oh, at a certain age, I couldn't go after my dreams of showing art or even producing arts in different ways that I had not. To me, like I had negotiated that writing was okay. So I went to school, I was a trained English teacher. I did that. I became an administrator very young, but I always taught. But writing was okay to me, but doing other aspects of art, like I even limited myself up until recently. And I've been doing art my whole life. I just might not have called it art. And the art that I do, social engagement art, definitely I've been doing as a dean of community relations and someone who has been a major part of her life has been planning interactive and experiential events, which is part of social engagement. All right, so I have these at the end. So now I'm going to start mixing them up with other things because I like texture. So I have these that kind of look like icicles. And then I'm going to add something else. So let's see. Go over here. I have like these ones that look like kind of like teardrops. So I think I'm gonna mix like one. I'll do one that's bigger with those teardrops, and I have like some squares. So I do one that is kind of the beads are all the same size. I do a bunch of strands of those. Because what they'll do is like add it together, there'll be a bunch of different texture. Another limitation that I has as a mother that I could not do my art. And I think that probably a lot of women probably feel that way. And I'm glad that my daughter is artistic like myself. And so she enjoys participating in making art with me, but then also in supporting me. Like usually she's the one taping. And last week I had an event in New York and she helped me set up and is a cheerleader and participates and adds to the joy and the momentum of the event. And I think that she sees that art makes me happy. And it's important as mothers, as parents, that we're happy in the things that we do. I think another one, some limiting beliefs that I'm trying to work on is that, like the reason why I work with sustainable products is that a lot of our products are very expensive. And so a lot of things that, like the process of making art can be expensive. And I took away the notion that I can't create art because I don't have this, or I don't have that by using things that I have around. I often wonder, what will come a time when, the Smithsonian says you want you to do an installation, you have this much money to be able to do one. What will I do? I think I'll still use these type of products because I like that I can repurpose something and make it into something beautiful. I think that that's really important to know how to be able to do and to show other people how to do that too. If other people were here, you'd be able to bring something home because there's obviously more than enough supplies. And the whole idea is to participate in making art. And hopefully you want to make some type of art, whether it be writing, taking pictures, quilting, sewing. I want to inspire people to make art in some way. And it doesn't have to be something that has to be finished and beautiful either. Um, the process of making art is really important. And we'll be doing that tomorrow. Leah Buckley, who's an art therapist, we're gonna be making some mandala cards. And I think she's gonna be bringing stuff for you to print and make mandalas out of leaves, I believe. And I will have some stencils and we'll be working on fabric. I'll probably leave these beads here if, to work on that too, if we want to. But it's a time in which to engage with each other and have like an art fellowship. And then also just talk about the process of making art and what you can manifest in yourself in that process. Because it doesn't always have to be an end result. It can be a beginning of something that you never thought about. I think another limiting belief is that as a Black woman, I only have a certain station in art because so much art that is bought by institutions, I think 98%, or I don't know, said it's really high, of art is art by white men. And I circumvent that in the sense of I think it's always important, like in having my business, of course you want to make a profit and make money because you have to live. But I would do most of the things that I do for free because I just love doing it. I don't think I should, but I do love what I do. And I think that that kind of helps that I love it. I do think that artists should be compensated on this earth, not dying and having their artwork appreciate and then not being able to benefit from that while they're living. And I would like to experience that myself. And so those affirmations, like being prolific, getting up every day. Romeo Bearden worked as a mailman and retired as a mailman, but then did his work and just think about how many beautiful pieces he created for us. And where you see his artwork today at the Yale Art Museum, which I did get a timed viewing, I think for Saturday at 3 o'clock, I believe, which I'm happy about because I missed that museum, which is free for everyone. These icicle ones are very hard to be able to see what a hole is. But I like how pretty they are. So I'm going to do another set of affirmations. This one's on creativity. And I will talk about something else after that, I guess. Sorry. Oh, another limitation. I never went to art school. So feeling like, I'm not a trained artist. And it doesn't matter whether you went to art school or not, anyone can create art, and it doesn't have to be called outsider art or anything like that either. So here are affirmations for creativity.
Inspiration comes naturally to me.
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 Inspiration comes naturally to me. Thank you.
I choose to create.
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 I choose to create. Thank you.
I see the world through fresh eyes.
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 I see the world through fresh eyes. Thank you.
I attract brilliant ideas.
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 I attract brilliant
Thank you.
ideas. Thank you.
I am filled with creative energy.
I'm filled with creative energy.
I am filled with creative energy.
I'm filled with creative energy.
I am filled with creative energy.
I'm filled with creative
Thank you.
energy. Thank you.
Every day I grow as an artist.
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 Every day I grow as an artist. Thank you.
I give myself the freedom to create as I wish.
I give myself the freedom to create as I wish.
I give myself the freedom to create as I wish.
I give myself the freedom to create as I wish.
I give myself the freedom to create as I wish.
I give myself the
Thank you.
freedom to create as I wish. Thank you.
Today, I apply myself to a creative project.
Today I apply myself to a creative project.
Today, I apply myself to a creative project.
Today I apply myself to a creative project.
Today, I apply myself to a creative project.
Today I apply myself to a creative project. Thank you.
Creativity lives within me and it's fun.
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 Creativity lives within me and it's fun. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here with me and for taking the time for yourself.
Thank you for
Good
being
job.
here with me and taking the time for yourself. So yeah, taking time for yourself, like I think that that's really important, and art is part of taking time for myself. For me, to be able to express myself, you know, creativity. I've been thinking about this a lot, like with the pandemic in America. I think that change, growth, um, and doing something new, is not celebrated. And a lot of people want their life to change, but they don't want anything about their life to change. And with creativity, I've always been a person, and there's like, people like myself who, or like I went to New York yesterday, and I had a lot of work, and I was like, I did 2 meetings on the beach, and that was really hard for me. But it's always good to change up your routine, because you can learn so much. Um, you can meet good people that you wouldn't normally meet if you're only going to the same thing, same store. I live in a small town, and well, small city, that feels like a town. And I was saying to someone that they live in Fairhaven, which is on one side of town, and I was going to an art gallery on another side of town. And they are in their art collector. I said, "Oh, do you want to come to this gallery opening with me?" And they're like, "I don't go past the green. I'm right here on the green, literally." I'm like, "Are you serious? You live in Fairhaven and you won't go past the green?" And they drive. And that's a lot of people, like, they keep their life like that, and they want change. But if your life is the same every single day, and you do whatever all the time, and you don't mix it up, your life is going to feel very stagnant. And a lot of the not feeling content has to deal with understanding that there's something that you probably want to do and being afraid to do it, and not putting yourself in the position to do it where you feel change. And so a card that I pulled today was dance, and that, movement, like literally moving, it helps you with stagnation. It helps you with ideas. It helps you think about things in a different way. And so, if you're having a hard time feeling creative, do something that you wouldn't normally do. And even if you quote unquote fail forward, and let it be an education process in regard to how you learn and how you grow. I like this, but it's going to take a lot of strands, especially like with these small. I'm going to do a big one and then a medium sized one, and then go back to the small one, because the small one takes a long time. This would be great if there was other people to help me. So the dress that I thought I was going to wear, it's white. I'm going to have to bleach it and see if some of has a couple marks on there, to see how that works out. It is coming along. So if you're having limited beliefs, like, what are ways in which you can get over them? And another thing I've talked to people about is, when you're in the process of changing, a lot of people around you are not going to like that change. Why are they not going to like that change? Because it doesn't benefit them, and they're used to you a certain way. So if you're trying to, for instance, get in shape and, you know, um, release weight for your health, because you might have diabetes or be pre-diabetic or have hypertension or arthritis, and it's really imperative that you release weight so it makes you feel better for your health. And the people around you, they like it when you make um, lasagna, and you make chicken cutlets and eggplant parmesan and you want to decide to be making, grilled pesto chicken and grilled asparagus and things that are healthy or for you, um, there might be a lot of people who might not like that. And the same thing, like when you're creating art or you're on the path to doing something that might take you away from the people that you care about, you have to think about, hopefully people in your life can, be with you, but some people are not going to be with you, and you have to be okay with that if that's what you want. I have lost several friends on this entrepreneurial journey, and am I happy about it? No, but I've also gained other people who are more aligned with my mission and the vision that I have for myself. That makes me happy. So if you have people around you that are not concerned with your happiness, you might want to think about reevaluating whether you want those people in your life or to limit if those people are in your life. When you're going to talk about your dreams, a lot of people talk about their dreams to people that can't hold them. And that's not their fault, you know? A lot of times people, um, they have limits on themselves. And so when they see you having dreams and aspirations, many people can feel insecure. And so you need to go share your dreams with people like myself or a SCORE counselor. It might not be your friends and family, because you might not acquire friends and family that can hold space for that. And it doesn't mean that your dream is wrong. It means that you need to find people that can hold space for your dream. And maybe your dream is not realistic, but you have to go through a business plan and talk to people who are maybe have similar dreams that you do, and they've done well for themselves. Go to those people and ask them or share your dreams with them so they can give you information that's going to be helpful. A lot of times we share dreams with people and they poo-poo them, and it's crushing, and it's hard for us to continue. And we vacillate between wanting to pursue our dreams and then listening to people who don't have our best interests at heart and maybe don't know that they're even being negative and unhelpful. But I would suggest to find spaces in which you can share your dream. SCORE is a great place. The Society of Retired Executives, just go to score.org, and they work within the library here. You can also get a SCORE counselor for free online, and they have a directory. So if you need someone for marketing, you need someone for to tell you about financials or operations, there's plenty of SCORE counselors all across the country. They make it really easy to go in your database and find someone who you can talk to by phone or email or Zoom, and they don't have to be here in New Haven. So that's a wonderful resource of which I like. If you don't have someone that you can share your dreams with, then you should you should use SCORE as a resource in which to get information to create a plan. They can help you with a business plan. Because once you have a business plan, you can see like your market research, A lot of people open things and they don't do market research and they close down because like they have a business that needs foot traffic. And they got they rented a place that doesn't have foot traffic because they didn't see beforehand with a clicker how many people, if you need this many people for lunch, how many people are really going by the space, because not everyone that goes by your space is going to want to eat dinner. So you need to, there's percentages that you can find online to find, like, all right, how much foot traffic am I going to need for this business to be successful? Those are things that are not very attractive, but are things that you need to do beforehand to make sure that you can stay in business. I'm trying to hold up these beads. The next time I will have a tray. So I do food a lot. I don't know who might be listening, but one of the things that when I was trying to publicize this is like, I've done a lot of food things. And, if you have a food business, like, how do you decide what kind of food business do you want to have? So, especially in these times of COVID, someone was talking about opening a social club. And I was saying, some of the things I was talking to a real estate person, it's like you have to consider, what if this happens again? And so, whereas a small space would have been ideal for some people, for some businesses, right now, if you're going to have a business where you depend on customers, what if there's another shutdown? So you have to make sure that you might have enough space. And then what is how much are you spending per square foot for that? And, for bigger spaces, are landlords considering that? Do you want to have a ghost kitchen where you're only making food and then you're delivering it? And so your overhead is cheaper. Do you want to do value added products and then do it where you start and it's a cottage product that you can do out of your own kitchen? You have to find out the list of cottage products that you can do in your state. Some states have cottage laws, some don't. Cottage laws became, I think California revolutionized cottage laws. So being able to make your own tamales or jam, bread, stuff like that, it depends on in Connecticut. So this is getting longer. But starting off with cottage laws, you're starting off renting a kitchen. Like if you're in New Haven, City Seed, an incubator kitchen, in Boston, Commonwealth Kitchen, in New York, Opera Kitchen, and others. So maybe it is advantageous for you not to have a kitchen and put that money into a 5-year lease, but to start off in an incubator kitchen, if you're making bagels, for instance, and you can make your bagels once or twice a week, as opposed to having a kitchen which you have to pay for. That might be something that you might want to be able to do. If you're going to have a restaurant, because so many people want to have restaurants, it's really important to understand, like, how is your restaurant going to be different from other people's restaurants? Like here in New Haven, there are so many pizza parlors, there's so much Italian food. So if you're going to open that type of restaurant, I see a lot of those type of restaurants opening and closing, and you have your old standard favorites. But how are you going to differentiate yourself? Like if you open an Italian restaurant, is it going to be Northern Italian, which is not a lot of Northern Italian places, and it's not all based on pasta. How are you going to do that? How are you going to market that to in a place where so many people are used to Southern Italian food? So those are all things that you have to address in that you should address in a business plan. And a lot of people don't do business plans because they're not very sexy. However, they help you, even though as soon as you do it, it's going to change. Like I did my business plan. I've done around 3 business plans in the course of my company, and they change as soon as you finish it. Can you imagine people who did business plans last year for restaurants that are just opening now? And no one had a contingency plan in regard to something like this. So what do you do now in the future? Is fine dining going to be a thing? Are pop-ups going to be more popular now? Since it's something that can just happen spontaneously and you don't have to put all your money into overhead. Because the profit on a food business is very, no matter what food business it is very low, especially with the price of food going up. I think that in New Haven, some of the things that would do well in regard to food would be in East Rock, which is closest to Yale if you're not from New Haven, and where all the graduate students and, no, I wouldn't say all, that's not a lot of graduate students live, and where Yale encourages people to live. There are several markets that have foods that are cooked. And I think that, something like that in Westville, for instance, that would do really well because Westville has a lot of families. Not everyone wants to cook every day. And when you make value-added products, that's what they call them, or home meal replacement, that's really big, HelloFresh, all that kind of stuff is like in that, also in that market. But a lot of people don't even want to do HelloFresh. They just want to be able to, go to a place like Whitneyville Foods or Mika's or Edge of the Woods and buy cooked food that they just have to heat up. And so I think that more of those places around New Haven would do well. I don't know about the licensing in New Hallville, if that has changed, but some more sit-down restaurants in, a place like New Hallville, and places where, there's food apartheid going on, it'd be nice to see, some specialty markets, like maybe some ethnic markets that might be able to be viable in those places, and some food that, you want to be able to eat that's not woefully unhealthy given the health morbidities in many of the places like Norville and the Hill. I'm gonna do a little bit more of this. I'll do one more round because I want it to be, it has a hook on there, but I like it to be a little bit longer. I also think that some personal chefing probably there are a market for that in New Haven too. The library is looking for someone to take over the Orchid Cafe.
More accurately, we're looking to like set up a series of pop-up cafes. So we're looking for someone to manage all of that. So sometime in the
Pop-up
coming months,
cafes.
we're going to be putting out a call for that.
So New Haven has like a big coffee culture here. And has had, you know, some brands that have started here, Willoughby's. I worked at Willoughby's when I was 16. I used to open and close for them. I worked for them for a couple of years. Way back when most people, they were one of the first people roasting coffee and doing the specialty coffee thing. And then there's Blue State that, I don't know if it started in New Haven, but it's a big chain in New Haven. It's in Boston and other places too. And then you have some smaller cafes around. I think that, you know, doing some pop-ups and it'd be interesting to see like what people want to see here, given the hours, how you could create a business. It's right downtown. And it's part of an institution that has a lot to offer, so. I hope you get someone good. I said I would like to see cooking classes here. And pop-up dinner on the terrace, that would be nice. I love the terrace. It's just hot today. Oh, okay. All right. Kim, okay. How are you? Good. Okay, someone's here for my office hours. So I'm gonna move outside. And, what's your name? Rashonda, hi, nice to meet you. Let me, just gather up some of the stuff is on my way. So I'm gonna move my stuff outside.
Okay.
It's all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
How'd you find out about this, Rashonda?
The newsletter from the library.
Oh, great. Rose, can Rashonda sit on one end and I sit on the other end? Would that be possible?
What do you mean?
Can she,
It feels good in here.
can she stay inside here and she go on one end and I go on another end? Are we allowed to be in here together?
We're
Where
promoting
I'm
social
sitting.
distancing. So how can you
I'm
like keep a
saying
good
that if
distance?
she can be, yeah, she can go on one end of the, she can go, I'll be on one end of the couch and she go on the other, or
All right.
sit in a chair.
All right. Probably in a separate chair would be safer.
All right. So, sweetheart, do you want to bring one of those chairs over
Yeah.
here? It's just easier. I think it's hot out there and I just don't want, the reason why I'm in here. All right, why don't you go over here? I'm gonna
Now you could probably turn one of the two cameras to face her then.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna put the camera on you. Is that all right?
Okay. On my boobs.
Okay. Okay. You want to push back a little bit? All right. Is that good?
Whoa,
You look like
I didn't, it just rolled really
Okay.
quickly.
All right. All right.
Who
Right there.
am I looking at?
Okay. You just look in there. Okay.
Yes.
And everyone can see you. They can see you. All right.
Oh, was this a virtual thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Is that
that.
right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I would have joined virtually if I knew.
No, not what. Well, it's well. I mean, it's cool that you're down there.
Okay,
All right, and you can, if you don't finish today, you can call me next week, or we can set up another time too.
okay.
So I just want to tell you that right now. All right, what did you want to talk about?
Me?
What did you want my help with?
Oh, it just said practice art and play. So I was hoping to do something.
Oh, okay. You want to make something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm making jewelry for my art installation.
Okay,
And so it's helping me make jewelry. And so you can make something for yourself.
okay,
But if you make one strand for me, and then you can do one strand for yourself.
okay.
All right. So
Are there instructions?
no, it's just this is like about the process of like, so I create art
Mhm.
and I do installation art. And at the end of the month, I'm doing event on picnics. And so we're doing, do you know like cottagecore? Do you know that? It's like a Victorian, like, being very feminine and all kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm probably gonna wear white. And so I do all different types of art. And one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because it's easy and I make a lot of things, I don't finish them on camera. And so I wanted to show people some things that I would finish, and then at the end of the month, they'll be able to see me in it, and that jewelry is art too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the other things I'll be making for the picnic. Oh shoot.
Is it open to the public?
Yes, it is. It is a virtual event, and then it's at the Party, PARDEE, Morris House. It's by Lighthouse. And so if you go to the event, it is $25. If you watch it online, then it is free.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to, or do you want to make a pair of earrings, or what do you want to make for yourself first?
A necklace.
Okay. So I'm going to start for you.
Mhm.
All right. So how long do you want it?
I don't know.
Do you want a choker? Do you want it longer?
A little longer, maybe to like here. But you said first do yours, right?
I'm gonna let you do, yeah, first do mine actually.
Okay.
Because if anything, I can give you a bag of beads for you to take and everything that you need to
Okay.
take with you. All right. So, and then what motivated you to come today?
I did something at the library right before COVID ended, and it was so much fun. We got books, and then I don't know what it's called, but it's almost like breakfast journal, where you like it's called altered books.
Okay.
And you color the pages, write on the pages, whatever you want. And that like doing crafts and stuff is my escape. And this is the first week that I've really like been out of the house. And so it was exciting to not be home and to be out in the sunlight around other human beings.
Oh, good. Where do you live?
I live in Hampton.
Okay, I live in Hamden too.
And I work just down the street. Well, now I've been back in the office this week.
Okay, so you're working from home.
Yeah, I've
And
been
then,
working from home for over a year now.
All right, so you put the crimp on first, then you put the lobster tail, then
Who's on the, who,
I don't know who, we don't know who might be watching.
oh,
It's just taped for the library.
oh.
Yep, we're also streaming it on our Facebook page and recording it. Hello, my name is Rose. I'm a librarian here.
Hi, Rose.
Nadine, one of your cameras seems to have turned off. It also means that that looks like that one's the one that had the microphone on, so now I can't hear you. Nadine, do you need any help getting the camera sorted out? I can't hear you. The microphone's off. You're still muted. I see you are now unmuted, but I still don't hear anything and you're frozen. Oh, now it's off again. Nope.
Rose, can you hear me? Rose. Hello.
Sorry, Nadine. I was on the phone with Alexandria trying to figure out what we can do for you.
Okay. I'm trying now to connect. The hotspot turned off. It was in my bag and it was hot. I don't know why it got so hot, but it turned off.
Okay.
I'm going on to the main branch on the
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully that will work.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, what was the password again?
It's main branch, all lowercase, no spaces.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Thank you. Let me just make sure. Thank you for being so patient.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Recording in progress.
There's some feedback there.
No. All right, is that okay?
Still feedback.
Mute this. Is that okay now?
Yeah, sounds okay.
All right. All right. You? No?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Lord, have mercy. That was a lot. So I will let you decide how you want to put these beats together, because that's part of the process.
Okay.
Is, you know, like letting people have their own creativity. And I don't know. Hi. Good. Long time.
I see you.
I know. I don't know if you want to bring that over to help you.
Okay.
And then here. What inspires you with the big feet? Big feet.
What do you mean?
You can just put them together how you want.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I'm saying that you can I want them to be all white. That's the only criteria. Okay, so
There's other new hotspots in the guest.
okay. Do you have a tray? Is there a tray behind there or something that you can hold the beads? No, I know. Is there, do you have like a box or like something that,
We might, let me go, we have some friends that are like storage.
yeah, thank you. If you could bring two, please, so then it won't go all over the floor, that'd be great. So what do you do in New Haven for fun?
Fun.
Yeah.
I have 2 children. I don't get to have fun.
Oh, how old are they?
2 and 15.
Oh, yeah, that's really disparate, those ages.
I
Do
know.
you want any of these pearls? Do you want to bust open these pearls? I don't know.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, you can bust them open.
Okay.
It's meant for that. Thank you. So, making crafts is oh, that's great. One you and can I get a big one too? Yeah, please. Thank you.
There's more.
All right, great. So we got these now, so everything doesn't go all over the place. Because a lot of my bags are missing. And now I'm just gonna put those in here. So I can see my stuff more.
So what were you calling it? Something couture?
Oh, cottage core.
Cottage core?
Yeah, so cottage core, yeah. So cottage core. I'm trying to see like what more, what stage I am here. I'm almost finished, so. Yeah, so it's cottage core, so it's kind of Victorian. It's just like being very feminine, you know, and we're gonna have someone, ooh, I think I did something false. Yeah, I did. we're gonna have photographers there. So it's like one of those things that if you go, do you do Pinterest? Yeah, so if you go on Pinterest, you can put cottagecore
Okay.
in there and you'll see, you can put like cottagecore picnic and you'll see that also. And then different styles. So tomorrow we also are making art from 6 to 8 on the porch. Will probably be out there because it'll probably be cooler tomorrow. And I'm gonna be making, people can make a mandala card and do a mantra. And I have different like installations or pieces of art that I do. And so I'm going to also be bringing out the sewing machine and sewing together pieces of fabric with doilies and antique fabric for, I don't know if I'm doing it for the cottagecore because I want to do some colored things, but colored fabric and kind of have it be kind of shabby chic. But then I do also have another installation that deals with all whites and making, fabric, reusing fabric,
Okay.
tablecloths, doilies, and then putting them together to make other tablecloths as pieces of art, and then using serving pieces and making sculptures out of them to make it kind of interesting for my tablescapes. So yeah.
You have pictures of, can I,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
can I see some of it?
Oh, you can see stuff online, and I'll give you my card after. I'll give you my card after, after we finish because it's holding up.
Oh, right.
It's
Okay.
on the shoulder. So yeah, I will do that. That's all it is. Yeah, I am some people look at me as a food artist and
As a what?
a food artist, and I do a lot with food, but food is just a catalyst to get people to think about different things. And so, like for cottagecore, that's like straightforward, like just having a good time. But where we're having the event is a historical house, and it is to engage people with that, because a lot of people who live in New Haven have never been to the Party Morris house.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's right by the water. I don't know if you like going to Lighthouse, but if you like going to Lighthouse, it's right down by there.
I'm actually going by there today because my daughter's starting volleyball camp.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go look.
Yeah, so look at the Party Morris house, and even if it's not open, there's grounds and that there's a garden. It's really pretty. I'm gonna be off camera for 1 minute because I'm trying to find these square-ish beads, and I think they're over there. I will socially distance. Rose, is the other camera off?
Yep.
Yeah, it needs to be plugged in. Like when we're using them, I plug them up and all the energy goes so fast. Because it's at 100% and then it just went down. So.
Well, I don't mind not being on camera.
She said she doesn't mind being not on camera. Can you still hear me though?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. I might have to change it though because, well, I'll just let it go all the way down. She's going to volleyball camp.
Yeah,
So how old is she?
15.
15. Oh, my daughter said that she wants to play volleyball.
Yeah, she's never played before, but she wants to. And this is not one where you have to have experience.
Okay.
This is one where they teach you.
And it's down at Lighthouse?
Yeah, it's at the park
Oh, nice.
over there.
What is that park called, Rose? I was talking about that. We used to go there for football games on Friday. East Shore Park? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, I love East Shore Park. I was telling someone about that. They have bocce over there. It's so much fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's another park right next to it that has bocce, but I think they have bocce in there too. And the reason why they have bocce, everyone, is because, you know, New Haven has a lot of Italians that speak Italian, and their grandparents or their parents, they might be citizens of the EU because their grandparents or their parents did not relinquish their citizenship. And I think that especially if your father is still connected to Italy, then you can get citizenship, which is great for people because then you're open to all of Europe and being able to work and stuff like that. So we have bocce and people who grow tomatoes and make big vats of tomato sauce and do all of that.
I'm done.
Okay, I love that. So look, this is so nice. It is very chunky. And so I'll finish this and then she'll be able to make her own. So let me do that for her right now so she can make whatever you want. So Rose, you'll be happy. Kay is trying to call me to talk about next week. We're doing a Caribbean cooking class next week, Tuesday on the 15th. Oh, thank you, sweetie. And so we're doing some planning for that.
Yeah, they didn't open up.
Oh, at the cafe. So yeah, when you come make art with me, you can make something for yourself. And then also think about the library. So I was saying I got these beads from a place called Echo Works. And also,
Echo Works?
yeah.
Are they local?
They're in North Haven.
Okay.
And it's great because, you know, it's good for our parents, teachers, artists. They have really discounted beads. How long do you want it, sweetie?
A little shorter than the one that you just did.
So is this good?
A little longer. That's good. Oh.
There we go. Sure, got it.
Yes.
That good? It's gonna make it just a little bit longer.
You can always cut it.
Yeah, you can always cut it, you guys, but you can't, when you go through all that work and then it's not long enough, you're gonna be so mad because you have to restring them. Okay, then you just string whatever you want. You can share mine.
Okay, I'll just take some of it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, thank you.
And then I'm gonna finish. I'm almost finished with mine, and so I'm gonna finish hers right now that she made for me. I take a lobster clasp. I take a crimp, and these are silver. What other crafts do you like making?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, anything. I love collaging. Painting. I've been painting rocks.
Okay.
And then
What have you been doing on the rocks? Have you been doing mandalas or what?
no, I haven't gotten to mandalas yet. I just got some paint pens 'Cause
Okay.
you have to have like really fine brushes or something to do
Yeah.
that.
Well, if you want to do mandalas, I mean, tomorrow we're doing those.
I would love to do that.
And I have the stuff, I think I have it with me to do the rocks. I might have left them in New York, but I do have stencils to do mandalas, and the
Oh.
other artist, therapist and stuff that's coming, she's bringing stuff to do nature mandalas too. So
Ooh,
you'll be able to make like different ones.
okay.
And I love this. Thank you. So here's one. All right. And then I like it when you can take it off, even like the class. I like it when you can take it off like that. And if I want to, I can go like this. There's something that you can get to when you make it long like that. You can double it up to, right? So I'll get a class for that. But I love this, how chunky it is. So nice. And I like when other people do things because you know, we all have different styles. We all have, you know, like different creativity, and there's not one way. And so it inspires me. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then I'm almost finished with this. Have you ever wanted to pursue art, or it's just a hobby for you?
I do want to pursue art, but I only do it as a hobby. It's like stress relieving for me.
Mhm.
And I feel like it's expensive to be an artist.
So remember we started off with those affirmations, and I was talking about limiting beliefs
Mm,
because that's what, like, one of the limiting beliefs that I have.
mhm.
And where does that come from for you? Why do you feel it's expensive to be an artist?
Because canvases cost money and paint costs money and brushes. And I don't know.
So I'm glad that you came because the place I'm talking about, do you have a car?
Mm-hmm.
So go to Echo Works and tell Trish that Nadine sent you.
Okay.
All right. And you can just say the girl from the library, the black girl from the library.
She'll know who you are.
Yeah. But all the things that you're talking about, you can get used canvases,
Oh, yeah?
and they might be brand new. It's like, because people donate stuff there, but they're
Oh.
everything there is very cheap, inexpensive. So they have paint there, all different types of paint. I've gotten like fabric paint for silk, for instance. Yeah, and it's interesting because like people donate random stuff. It takes you on that kind of creative journey of like, oh, I got this, I got that. Then I can make a bunch of different things that you might not think about
Yeah.
because if you bought it brand new. And so they have canvas, they have all different types of stuff. They have fabric, they have paint, they have brushes. But go in there and I'm sure you could spend less than $20. And
Wow.
you'll have so much stuff. You
Wow.
know? So I say to people, like, concentrate on what you can do. And I think that, you know, art can be expensive. Or I said one of my limiting beliefs was because I didn't go to art school, I'm not formally trained, that I can't create art, you know? And that's not the case, you know, like
No.
anyone can create art, and art is pretty much in anything. You can have art of a deal, you know, like people like say like, oh, business is not artistic or creative. It's like how you can construct a deal can be very artistic and creative, like thinking outside the box,
Yeah.
you know? And like with Etsy and different things like that, you know, you can see if you want to, what are things that you would like to do, like if you like to paint.
I like to paint, but really my favorite thing is like collaging.
And
Like using different
do you like
mediums.
do you like Romare Bearden?
I'm not familiar.
So look at Romare Bearden. Romare Bearden is a famous African American artist from the Renaissance, and he's really big with collage. He's known for his collage. His work, he has work in the Yale Art Gallery, and
Really?
he has work like all, like, Smithsonian, like he's a major Black artist.
Okay.
And I was talking about him earlier because he was a mailman and lived in Harlem, and he lived and or his studio was above the Apollo Theater.
Oh, wow.
And he retired as a mailman, but like he was prolific in creating his art.
Oh,
And
I've seen some of these.
yeah, you've seen
pieces.
his work. Yeah, most
Yeah.
people, you might not know who he is, but you've seen his work, and he's inspired lots of other people. And ooh, that went off, right?
It says no, it says, five.
It's-
It says 5%.
Okay. Okay, hopefully, Rose, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay, so when this ends, I guess that's when we're ending.
Oh, you're
Ooh,
ending it
thank
now?
you.
No, I'm saying that when it goes out, though.
Okay.
People kind of got, I mean, if they want to watch it, they kind of got the point today. It's kind of serendipity, actually. Do you believe in that, Rose?
I don't know.
Well, I talked about limiting beliefs, and she came and talked about some of the same ones I was talking about.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna look more, like spend more time looking at his work.
Yeah.
I really like it.
And I'm sure they have some books on collage here. And I worked this year on, yeah, you can use whatever you want to. I worked on some collage this year for my vision boards and made collages.
Yeah, me too.
So I made them on different things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But I love collage too. And then I took these for collage to look at them because Rose has tried to get me some magazines, and they've been kind of she just got them out of a closet, and
That's what I do. I save magazines and then I find images and, oh, I have a couple of, one second.
oh, okay, cool. All right, so I'm almost finished mine. So I did finish. I want to make a big one. I
If you
probably,
scroll, these are-
while she's making hers, I will make mine. And this is beautiful. It's a color one. I love these, where you do it by color and you put them together. And then there's also some hole punch ones. Have you ever done those?
I've seen them done,
Yeah.
but I don't have the patience for that
Yeah,
kind.
they do them with
Because they're
hole
so
punch.
tiny.
Right. And they look really great. But I love the color blocking, and especially for Pride Month. This is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I wasn't even thinking about that.
She didn't think that was Pride Month, but yeah.
And then this is another one.
Oh, love that. I love the monoprint. I love that kind of doing that. I do a lot of that with my food, and texture. So I love that.
Thank you.
So you should come back tomorrow. You'll have fun.
I would love to.
And you can bring your children too. Like
Okay.
we're family friendly. And it'll probably be cooler, and we can be outside.
This is a page from one of the, remember I said we did the altered books here?
Mhm.
And it was so much fun. And they showed us how to like cut out pages and stuff. But this is a page in one of the altered books.
Okay. Who did that workshop?
I don't know. I actually emailed the library to find out because I wanted to get more ideas for the pages. And it was right before COVID. And I don't remember who did it.
Rose, do you remember who did it?
Sorry, what was that?
We did the altered books.
I think Celeste ran that. So we got,
Okay.
we have a, there's a
There's
website
one
called
for-
Creative Bug that the library has a subscription to that has videos on a bunch of different creative projects. So we were showing a video from that and we had the supplies here and then people could follow along with the video. So if you want to do that again from home, go to Creative Bug. If you can get there through the library's website, then sign in with your library card for free. And then you can like watch those videos.
It's called Creative Book.
Creative Bug, B-U-G.
Creative Bug.
Yep.
Oh.
And then other resources that the library has is like Linda.
Mhm.
What else, Rose?
Let's see. Yeah, lynda.com, also called
That's for
LinkedIn Learning.
classes.
Yep, that's
Yep.
got classes. Some of them are creative, like digital painting or using Photoshop. Some of them are more business or coding or like general technology skills. Those are the ones that are most like creative based. And of course, we also have a whole lot of books and materials that you can check out for creative projects. Other databases we have are more business focused, like things on building a business plan or like finding grants, that sort of thing.
So I think I'm gonna wrap up because
Okay.
I'm finishing. We're gonna stay here and make some more and talk and and finish our pieces.
Okay.
And I encourage people to come tomorrow. You'll be able, when you're making a piece of art for myself, to make a piece of art for yourself too. And we're gonna have Leah Buckley, who is a artist and art therapist. She's gonna come and we'll be talking about art,
Hello?
manifestation, and then just the process of
Hello?
creation. You know, so if you have any more questions, and you know, like I just shared a whole bunch of resources
Huh?
to encourage
Who
our
is this?
guests to be able to create art and enjoy themselves, whether it is just for a hobby, or as she said, it is something that gives her peace and she likes doing. That the library has plenty of stuff and you know, New Haven, Echo Works, wherever, you know, I stopped off at Joanne Fabric to get the finishings because I couldn't find some of my finishings. And I did want to finish. And I did. And I'll make a big one too. So thank you. And if you'd like to come next week, you can come next week too and create art. Bye.
Hi.
Bye.